All right, I want to talk today about edit distance, one of perhaps the most important metrics in translation and localization in 2024. So when we talk about edit distance, right, what are we basically saying? So edit distance is typically the number of edits that are done to a specific suggestion, or what people call feed, that a translator receives, and the translation that the translator confirms. So let's say, just as an example, this feed, this could be coming from a machine translation engine, could be coming from a large language model, it could be coming from another translator peer. So that is the initial feed, the initial suggestion, right? It's coming from a source of information, right? The translator will then perform edits to that to make that their own, right? So let's say, for instance, as an example, I get the sentence, Gabriel has gone to the market, and I make an edit and I change that to Gabriel went to the market, right? When we talk about edit distance, we're trying to measure the number of edits that took place compared to the overall string length, right? So when we talk about the number of edits, typically we're talking about any addition, any deletion, and any movement of words. So for instance, again, if we take that example that I was saying and we say Gabriel went to the store, let's compare that to the original sentence. Gabriel, one word, has, two words, gone, three, to the market. So we have a total of 6 words, and from an edit distance perspective, we've deleted has and gone. So we've deleted 2 words and we've added 1 word, went. So we had a total of 3 edits to that segment. Now when we count the total of number of words, we had 3 edits to a segment that had 6 words. What's 3 divided by 6? That's 50%. So that's 50% edit distance to go from Gabriel has gone to the market to Gabriel went to the market. So that is, in essence, edit distance, right? But the beauty of edit distance is that you can you get into very interesting and peculiar situations from a statistical perspective. For instance, you can get a situation where you change more than the original content. Maybe the sentence was Gabriel went. Gabriel has gone to the store, or Gabriel has gone to the market, and now the sentence becomes they went to the store. It's a completely new sentence. The only similarity there is the. So you're going to have a change that's going to be greater potentially than the 100% of the original words. So right, if you think about all the deletions, all the additions, right? What do you do with that? Do you normalize that, and do you consider that 100% of the segment was changed, or do you use the actual percentage number that's greater than 100? That's one important aspect, because it completely changes the statistical outcome of any measurement, right? If you have many segments that were entirely edited, let's say more than 100%, and you count maybe them at 200%, 134%, 104%, and you compare them with segments that were changed 5%, 10%, and you add them all together, the average, for instance, is going to be way higher than if you cap the change at 100%. So what I find super fascinating about numbers is that they have this facade, or this veneer of objectivity, but when you start digging into them and you start looking at the methodology and how they were used, how they weren't used, then things can be very different, right? So, but edit distance, just going back, we're measuring the number of edits that we're going from the feed to the actual confirmation. Why is this important, right? As we move into a post-AI editing world, which is, in my personal opinion, an unavoidable move, right? As the content from large language models and machine translation engines gets better and better, we're moving into a place where we're seeing fewer and fewer edits to go from machine grade to human grade translations, right? And the edit distance is perhaps, along with edit time, the most important measurement that can be used to assess the effort required, right? Is it a good methodology? Is it a bad methodology? That's open for debate. I mean, it's definitely far from perfect, but it is a very precise, scalable way of measuring work that was performed. So that is edit distance, and the reason it's super important is that we are looking for ways to characterize the effort that is required to go from feed to confirmation. And the edit distance can be very important to assess the efficiency of the overall translation process. It can be a very good measurement of the quality of the feed. It can be a very good measurement also of the behavioral inclination of the translator. So when we start looking at different languages and different content types, we can begin to establish correlations between feed quality, user behavior, produced quality. And once we start to correlate those things from a statistical perspective, it's possible to begin to correlate user behavior to actual textual quality in a way that was previously not that possible. So that's it for it today in terms of edit distance. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you like this content.